And I think Jackie touched on it a bit when she listed signs of falling out of love in marriage. And just to add a few to what she said, I think I would add, like as put forward by Dr. Gottman, criticism, the presence of criticism, not constructive criticism, a lot of defensiveness, contempt, and then stonewalling. Those are some examples. Now, what can you do? You've fallen out of love. Now, Jackie already talked about going back to your histories, going back to your wedding photos that can rekindle something. But then you need to be talking. You need to have a conversation. It's obvious that it might just be the case that there are some unmet expectations in your relationship. Now, expectations that are not communicated cannot be met. So you cannot be expecting your spouse to be a mind reader. So you need to be having the conversations. This is how I feel about it. I'm not comfortable with the way things are going. In saying this, a lot of hurts, resentment may have built over time because of how one or two things, maybe complaints you made, and he's not done anything about it. It takes two people to create an experience. I have complained about something, but what part do I have in whatever has happened? I need to air my feelings, but he mustn't be feeling like I'm trying to manipulate him or bully him into what I want done. Now, there is the part of also getting a professional involved. But when I say this, I say it very carefully because you mustn't be found to be dumping professionals on your husband. You both need to talk about it. You both need to agree on who you want to get involved. You don't just go on and speak to anybody about it and say, oh, I've got this problem. Or you have spoken to him and he's not okay. He's not giving you the go ahead for you to speak to somebody. That's when it gets even more difficult, when you get someone involved and it's not happening. Then something I like to put forward as a question to you is, what are you grateful for in your husband? There must be something good in there. Because the tendency sometimes is that we compare our spouses with other people. You compare them, probably if you had a great dad, you tend to compare him to your dad, or you compare him to your pastor. You probably have looked at him and he doesn't seem to be someone who is very fervent. And you keep saying some of those things, those comparisons. Such things could make him even pull back some more. Now you're trying to reignite the relationship. What are you grateful for? What is it that you can still look at him and say, there is something, there must be something good in your husband, no matter how bad, there must be good quality in there, no matter how bad you think things have been. Now I talked about abuse and resentment, and this is where I'm going to implore you to forgive. If your decision is to remain in this marriage, you cannot remain in the marriage and want to hold on to past hurt, hold on to past offenses. You must get to that point where I choose to let go and forgive. Don't forget that when you forgive, it's a gift to yourself. You're gifting yourself that. Okay. There are a lot of things that could go wrong with you biologically if you do not forgive. So you're doing yourself a lot of good forgiving. You're letting go of that hurt. If that hurt is not, if you do not let go of that hurt, you will not move on. It would remain there. And then yes, you want the relationship to continue, but you're not giving it time to blossom. So you must forgive. Then after forgiving, you will need to empathize. In empathizing, that's you saying, what could he probably be putting up with? What's going on with my husband? What phase of life is he in at the moment? Because it is possible that he is going through so much at work. Don't forget, because you're hurt, you've not been talking, you've fallen out of love, so you care less. So you probably don't know some things he's going through. But when you empathize, you're thinking, you're trying to wear his shoes. What could he be going through at the moment? And that would make you want to begin to ask some questions. Trust me, there is something good in your husband. Reawaken the love. You need to go back to your wedding photos. Do things, go back to the past, where we were, how it started, how it used to be, and then see how we can have conversations going forward.